What up, Nick Nation? It's your boy Juby the Tubi. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys have been great. Salute to you guys. Again, it feels like it's been a long time, man. I hope everything is good. Hope you guys are enjoying this NBA Nicholas playoffs. A lot of teams dropped. Some surprises. Brooklyn got officially swept, which was a beautiful thing if you're a Knicks fan. And there's a lot of stuff going around, a lot of stuff to talk about, and we'll get to that in a second. But I just want to share with you guys real quick, after this playoff performance that this man has been putting, does he want the keys to Madison Square Garden? There he is, from New Brunswick, New Jersey. He's gonna ask for a lot of money. 25 million. Is he worth it? Dallas already said they're not doing a sign and trade with nobody. What do you guys think? Would you guys offer him that money? Right now, it's not our money. It's Jim Dolan's money. And he's going to be asking for $25 million. Let me know what you guys think. If you think he's worth it. If you want to run it back with Quickly and McBride, there's a lot of people on the fence. And I myself was against this guy until I've seen what he's got a lot to show, man. The kid has been proving me wrong. He's a good player, has a lot of potential, and he shows that he can run an offense. So it's gonna be an interesting thing to see this man. And another one is this man right here, Donovan Mitchell.
And they're obsessed.
Give me 1 second.
Live caption from Google.
Let me get Donovan Mitchell's take real quick. After the disappointing Game 6 loss, they ask what his future is going to be like, what he thinks.
I'm not really in a headspace to answer that for you. I know that's y'all's job to ask, but for me, it's like, damn, So I don't know. It's not much of an answer, but
Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me see what I apologize, chat. Looks like Zenray's trying to get my attention. Give me 1 second. Hey, Zenray, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm having some technical difficulties getting on. So you're going to have to give me a few minutes, man. So something is not going through. So you have to give me a few. So keep on doing your thing. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going to have to probably start the whole system here.
All right, brother. I'll be here. We'll be here waiting for you. All right. Just let me know. All right. All right, guys. Apologize about that. My partner there in crime is having some logging in issues and some, logging into YouTube and everything like that to get his stream going. But this is what Donovan Mitchell had to say after the Game 6 loss to the Dallas Mavericks, who now move on, and Utah loses to Dallas. Is it time to blow up Utah? They have a lot of older guys, veterans, with the exception of maybe a couple. And this is what he had to say.
What is your? Sarah asked you straight up, though. Do you want to be in Utah? I mean, let's just put it on the
Go ahead.
Like, there has been a lot of discussion. You can call it media, but it's discussion on the league.
Right.
It's not coming out of thin air that you could potentially, ask out.
Mm-hmm.
Can you address that?
I'm answering the same question. My goal and my opportunity, my mindset is to win. And like I said, right now I'm not really looking at that. I answered Sarah's question. And you could take that, but for me, like,
Hey, what just happened? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. What the hell is going on? Where my Donovan Mitchell broadcast go? Where did my Donovan Mitchell go? Look at that. Ain't this some shit? It was just working. It comes to show you guys that technical difficulties always arise. It's never clean. It's never no issues. Just give me 1 second. I apologize. I'll try to get it back. There we go. I'll backtrack it just a tad. We got time anyway, because Zenray. Here we go.
Go ahead.
There has been a lot of discussion. You can call it media, but it's discussion on the league.
Right.
It's not coming out of thin air that you could potentially, ask out.
Mm-hmm.
Can address that?
I'm answering the same question. My goal and my opportunity, my mindset is to win. You know, and like I said, right now I'm not really looking at that. You know, I answered Sarah's question. You know, and you could take that, but for me, like, I just want to win, yo. Like,
Ooh, ooh.
this hurts, and you know, like I said,
I feel his pain.
I'll think about it in a week and kind of go from there. But right now, Tim, like, I'm not really thinking about any of that. To be completely honest with you, I'm not. You know, and I had said that during the year, like, you know, I'm just not thinking about that. You know, so.
Are there
Ladies and gentlemen, that sounds like a man that is beaten, that is given everything he's gotten in Utah. And he's questioning right now whether the money is worth him staying or does he want out. There's only one problem. Danny Ainge is the executive over there. And if you guys are like me, been following Danny Ainge since the Boston days, he's a hard nosed guy, doesn't get things cheap, doesn't give up things cheap. He's going to want the house for Donovan Mitchell. Stay tuned. I'll get to that in a second. I'm Juby the Tubie, and we'll be back momentarily. All right. What's going on, Nick Nation? I'm your boy Juby the Tubie, Straight Talk family. Above everything, appreciate you guys checking in, stopping in. Feels like it's been a long time, lots to cover. And let's see if Zen Ray is ready. Like I said, we were doing an intro. Said he has some technical difficulties. I'll ask him right now. He's going to be doing his little intro, and I'll ask him. Hey, Zen Ray, let me know if you're on track. I know you just booted up. It's okay, man. It's okay. I had some issues with my...
It says no internet. I don't know why. I'm trying again, but...
It says no internet.
Streamer server out of... Please check the internet. Everything is working.
I know, of course, because we would not be able to be talking right now if that wasn't the case. But what you want to do maybe is log out of Streamlabs and log right back into your YouTube channel.
I did already.
You did that already? All right. It might be a problem with your title. Shorten your time. I'm only saying this because I had that last week.
My title is short. My title is real short. It's not that. It's internet. Something with the internet is affecting. It's not connected with thing. But we can do the show from here. You won't see me, but we'll talk about it. That way we continue the show on your end at least, and we
Well,
can.
my guys hear you, Zenray. I appreciate you coming in here. Just to kind of bring you up to speed. I know you had your whole thing set up, and if you want, I can bring it up on screen as well while you talk about it. It's not a problem, my brother. That's what we're here for. Give me a second. Let me see if I can bring that up. Hold on. Let me see what I can do here. Hold on 1 second. Chat, I apologize. Give me just 1 second. All right, there's Zenray's stuff right there. So we got him double. I apologize, but he has some interesting articles that he was going to share with his viewers. And I'm pretty sure, definitely check out his channel because he's going to be doing his thing as well. But Zenray, just to kind of bring you up to speed, I showed the chat the Donovan Mitchell post-game interview. How they asked him about how he feels about his future being in Utah and everything like that. And let me just say, and I'll let you kick things off with that, I felt like it was a man who was just done. Emotionally, he gave everything he's gotten. He's questioning right now himself, his teammates. He said that he doesn't, to ask him in a week or so, that his mind wasn't in the right state of mind to ask those kind of questions. But his answer was, I just want to win. And he took in a deep breath and exhaled, and he just looked like he just ran a marathon, and the man just lost. What's your take on that? I know we got lots to talk about, but I want to get your feedback on Donovan Mitchell's state of mind right now. What you think he's thinking about. And, please share some light.
Let me just say, Donovan Mitchell didn't have a very great series compared to Brunson. Brunson stock has risen, as we all know. And I think our shot is better off at this juncture in Brunson. I know we spoke about Brunson, and could it be fool's gold? Could it be something he just had a one-hit wonder? But he did that on 3, 4, 5 games. And then when Luka Doncic came back, he took a step back. Luka Doncic had his 25, and he had his 24. So this is the kind of point guard you need. A leader that when you need scoring, you can get the scoring, and a person who doesn't need to score and get other players better, like in the Luka Doncic example. In terms of Donovan Mitchell, I don't think it's going to happen. We have a person who's running that organization. He's called the Assassin, No Mercy Assassin. And that's called Danny Ainge. And Danny Ainge, at this juncture, if you want Donovan Mitchell this bad, you're going to pay the price. It's going to be the a la Carmelo Anthony stage, part 2. And I don't think Knick Nation, us who experienced that 20 years ago or 15 years ago, we don't want to go through that situation again. So Donovan Mitchell probably does want to come to New York. He still has 3 years left in the contract. And Danny Ainge knows that. He's 25 years of age. He's probably going to shipload everybody else off the team and tell Donovan Mitchell, look, we're going to start all over. I want you to be the head guy to run the team. I'm going to bring more younger players here, more college-driven players for us to try to rebuild this. The question is, Donovan Mitchell going to go for that? And the answer is probably not, but he has no choice. He is at their service for 3 years, and the Knicks want him that bad. You're going to have to give me Obi. You're going to have to give me Barrett. You're going to have to give me Quickly. And then you're going to have to give me 3 number 1 picks and some expiring contracts like in Noel and Burks.
Rose.
And they're going to ask for a shipload of players. So now we go to plan B, and plan B is something they always wanted in Brunson. Brunson is an unrestricted free agent. So they can say to Brunson, listen, we'll give you $90 million. And he could either take it or go for what the Knicks may give him. Maybe the Knicks only want to give him 80, 85, or 70. The question is, he is a leader of men. Does he want to lead a Luka Doncic team to the promised land? Or does he want to take over a team himself and take the keys over in the mecca of basketball called Madison Square Garden? That's going to be a choice. And since we have a relationship with his dad and his agent, company from Leon Rose is his agent. There's a lot of pros and cons, but the decision is going to fall on Brunson, is he going to take the 90, $100 million that Dallas will offer him? Or are the Knicks going to give him less money and take the less money, but run the team on your own? So that's the decision that Jalen Brunson is. Do you want to take Knicks and be the man at the Mecca, or do you want to go and be at Luka Doncic team in Dallas?
100 Zenray, this is why me and you are friends. This is why we're co-hosts, because you and I think alike. Exactly to the T, ladies and gentlemen. What Zenray said is exactly what I was gonna say to you guys and bring up to you guys. Definitely Danny Ainge. If you're fans like we have of the NBA, you know Danny Ainge ran the Boston Celtics, and you know what he did with that team when Brooklyn wanted Kevin Garnett, and what he got in return for him. So the guy's a ball buster. He's a hard-nosed guy, and he knows. He has no remorse, no feelings when it comes to basketball decisions. He strictly sticks to what's best for the team. It does not matter what the player wants. And you're right, Zenray. Donovan Mitchell can sit there and say, Ainge, I want to go to New York. And then Ainge say, yeah, you want to go to New York? Jim Dolan, Worldwide West. I want Obi. I want Quickly, Burks, Derrick Rose. I don't want Randall because his contract is what I'm trying to get out of these contracts. I want expirings, 3 first-round picks, and some second-round draft picks. I don't think he'll get R.J. Barrett. I know he understands that. I think he'll ask for Obi, Quickly, all the expiring contracts, Derrick Rose, number 1s and number 2s, and that is cleaning house, ladies and gentlemen. And that's something that us as Knicks fans have to prepare ourselves, because do I think it's actually going to happen? No, I do not. Is there a slim possibility? In the world that we live in, I learned not to get too attached to any player. Me being a John Starks fan, when he got traded off, just hurt my soul when he went to Golden State. And I never thought I would see the day when Patrick Ewing got traded to the Seattle Supersonics. So every player is tradable at some point. It does not matter the love and the dedication they have to a team. It's because at the end of the day, it's a business. Now, for Jalen Brunson, you guys know that I've been on the kind of against the whole Jalen Brunson thing. Before this playoff started, I told you guys that I really wasn't impressed with him, that I thought that he had fool's gold mentality. We were kind of getting fooled by everything. But I can honestly say I made a mistake. Watching this whole playoff series, which I have watched in detail for that reason, the kid can play. If you can play on that stage of a playoffs when your star player is out and still contribute and still put up numbers the way you're putting up, the kid is something special. Now, do I think he's going to want $90 million? Yeah. Do I think the Knicks management can give it to him? Absolutely. I honestly think, and this is me, Zenray, I think the Knicks are going to offer him off the back, and you're going to hear from me here first. $85 to $90 million is what the Knicks are going to come out and offer the kid. Hands down. And in Dallas, they already went up. They already went.
I'll give him more money, but now, like I mentioned, it's going to be up to him.
Yeah, but no sign and trade.
Does he want to run a Luka Doncic team, or does he want to run his own team?
Yeah. And Dallas already said they're not doing a sign and trade. Either they're losing him or they're keeping him. That's the key. So does Jalen Brunson, like you said, Zenray, is he want to be the leader of men and come to the Mecca? Does he want the keys to the Garden? Because let's be honest, the point guard is going to have the keys. We could sit there and say this is R.J. Barrett's team. We could say this is Obi Toppin's team. We could say this is Julius Randle's team. But at the end of the day, normally the point guard is the man that runs the team. He's the one that runs the offense, the ball facilitator. And Brunson, ladies and gentlemen, I honestly could say with confidence, he is that guy. It looks like he is that guy. Now, if we don't lose out on him, am I going to be disappointed? No, because in the back wind, I still got Emmanuel Quickly, and I got Deuce McBride and Derrick Rose sitting pretty. So I think it's a no-lose situation. I think that's the route we got to go. I think the Donovan Mitchell, we can inquire. Once that offer is out of this world, just turn the cheek, go after Brunson, and sky's the limit for what we can get in the future. Zion William rumors are out there, Zen Ray. I'll let you touch up on that and any other rumors you've heard because I know there's so many going on.
Yeah, I just heard Zion William getting to him. They were interviewing him after the game, after they lost the playoff game, and they said, I could have played, but he was practicing before the last game in that playoff game that they lost to the Grizzlies, and he was dunking, he was doing impressive things on the court, but I think management didn't want to take a chance on him playing a grueling team. The Suns they were playing. I'm sorry, they were and a grueling team like the Suns who can they're a very good team, and to play against a team and put all your efforts and get injured in a game that you knew they're probably not going to win anyway. So you mentioned after the game, basically, are you planning to sign with the Pelicans? And he said straight out, where do I sign? I'm ready to sign right now. You give me the opportunity, I'll sign right now. I'll jump at it. In fact, he said, I'll jump at it right now. Give me the paperwork. I'm ready to sign. So he's doing for longevity. He knows that his body can break down at any time. The question is, now that they have this information, the Pelicans are going to offer him a sheet knowing his injury, or are they going to have a whole bunch of clauses in his contract the way they did with Joel Embiid, with if you do a certain amount of games and if you win at most MVP, if you stay healthy a certain amount of games, your bonuses go up and you can reach the contract number that you're looking for. But for us to give you a guaranteed number in terms of a guaranteed contract, they probably won't go that way. So there's a lot of interesting stuff happening. I still think that the Knicks have a chance for Zion. That's something Zion wants to do, but he wants to have his bag before he leaves over there to come to New York, which I don't blame him. If they put a contract for him making all this money, he has to be a fool and say, no, I want to play for the Knicks. He'll sign that first. He'll worry about playing for the Knicks later on. There's a lot of other rumors. I think that the Brunson deal, I think we have a great chance of getting him. I think Brunson does want to lead the Knicks. I have a feeling that Dallas is going to match any offer the Knicks put out there. And I think he's a leader of men. He comes from Villanova. He led Villanova, that college team, to a championship. I think the Final Four. I don't have the information. I forgot. But I think he is the type of player the Knicks can use on that team. Unfortunately, Julius Randle will still be there. And at least you don't have to give nobody up on the team to get a player of his caliber. The question is, what is Jalen Brunson going to do?
Yeah. You said it perfectly, my friend. Now let me ask you a question. Maybe you can educate me on this notion. If the Knicks offer him 90 and Dallas matches it with 90, does Dallas automatically retain him, or does he have to agree to it?
He picks which 90 he wants to take.
Oh, you see, I honestly thought
he's unrestricted. So the Knicks can actually offer him 80. Now he has to decide: do I take the 90 and let it be Luka Doncic's team, or do I take the 80 and have my own team?
Now, if you're the Knicks management, you know his price just skyrocketed right now. What would be if you're Worldwide West, Scott Perry, and you were looking at the kid, watching him, if you had to make an educated guess, what do you think Jalen Brunson's offer from the Knicks management is going to be?
I'll be close to what Dallas is going to give. It could be anywhere between 80 and 90. And I think what Dallas will do is try to high bid it in a way where the Knicks have to pay that number, because nobody's going to leave money on the table. But I think Brunson is such a special young man that I think he'll take the money on a short-term deal with the Knicks and then re-sign with them 2 years later to get that max contract. That's what I'm thinking.
I think, you know what? I actually didn't even think of that. I thought that my whole mindset is that they'll offer him anywhere from 80 to 90, probably with a player option on his fourth or fifth year, and then try to sign him to a super deal, depending on how he develops. So
Right.
we'll see. I mean, it's a lot. Thank you, son. A lot of go over there, puppy. A lot of interesting stuff. That's my son, trying to pay us a visit. But I've been hearing some Zach LaVine rumors, even though I don't know that's not even in the tables, because I think Chicago is going to run it back with the team that they got. They didn't do well in the playoffs, but they were an exciting team to watch throughout the season. and they didn't have Lonzo Ball. So I think they're gonna run that team back. Another interesting team that's interested possibly in Donovan Mitchell is the Miami Heat. Now is Pat Riley, who stuck it to the Knicks on many occasions, is going to go after a Brunson and a Donovan Mitchell. And I only say this because I know that Miami got Kyle Lowry, but Kyle Lowry just went down on a very scary ankle injury, and he's not effective right now in the playoffs. So
Brunson's hard. They're not gonna do that. I think they end up trying to going for the guy from the Jazz.
Mike Conley.
Conley is going to be gone. Oh, they're going to clean house. They're going to clean house, and I think Jalen Brunson has his heart set for New York. Donovan Mitchell, I can see him going to the Heat, and giving up players and draft picks and some shooters there just to get a point guard like that. But if they offer too much, you just hope that Dwayne Wade is part of the negotiations. If Dwayne Wade was negotiating,
he's Utah.
Dwayne Wade has joined the Jazz management team with Danny Ainge in terms of learning from Danny Ainge and things of that nature. So he joined them. I read a story about that. So he's with the organization. But I say you have a shot with Dwayne Wade, but Danny Ainge, you have no shot in hell. He is a assassin. He'll take everything, even take your blood while you're at it. So I see Brunson as a Knick for some strange reason. I think the Knicks going to give him a competitive offer. They're not going to lowball him. I see the Knicks having their point guard in Brunson. I could be wrong, and I don't think they'll overpay for him, but they'll come close to Dallas's numbers, and eventually Brunson will become a Knick.
Listen, a couple of weeks ago, I would have told you no. I would have been, turned off completely by the whole notion. I would have said, look the other way. Let's go after Mike Conley instead. Although that's not a bad backup option. If we don't get a Brunson, Mike Conley instead of a Kemba Walker wouldn't be too bad.
You don't want Conley. You don't want to start that same thing again. And getting back to Jalen Brunson, 6'3", 190 pounds. He did win a championship back in 2018, helping and leading the Wildcats to a 2018 NCAA championship. He was a consensus National Player of the Year. He always had those leadership qualities. Wasn't this big flashy scorer, but the clutch time when you needed some points, he would get it the way you did in the playoffs. But he was mainly a distributor, and he led that team to that championship. This is a type of guy you need, a person who doesn't need to score. He has his unselfish qualities that is made for this Knicks team. Donovan Mitchell is a whole different story. I think he could play both sides of the ball as well. But to get him, it's going to take a lot, and you're going to have to give up a lot of players. With Brunson, you can keep your whole team tacked, and you can retain Mitchell Robinson to a contract as well. I don't know how the money's going to match up. You probably have to trade a Fournier along the way if you're taking contract from Mitchell Robinson, and you're taking a big contract from Jalen Brunson. So that part of the numbers I leave Knicks management, but I think there's a possibility that the Knicks can swing both players.
Listen, I would be so happy if they just signed Brunson and run it back with the same team, with the exception of a few players. Number one, Kemba Walker. Respectfully, thank you for your attempted services to be here in New York City at the Mecca, but your services are no longer required. And because we have so many young guys here, and I know I've gone on record and I said this in the past, and I know that you're going to tell me that he's fan favorites and management loves him. Definitely don't want Alex Burke back because we got a Cam Reddish. We got all the young kids still there, McBride in the wing, Jericho Sims. So you need to, if you want to bring back the same squad, I honestly think Julius Randle's not going nowhere. Between you and I know Nick fans, we can say what we want about him. I actually think he's going to have a successful, and here you heard it from me saying now, he's going to have a great season next year. Especially if you add a Brunson with him, Julius Randle's game is gonna go through the roof. Watch. Hands down.
This team, you get a point guard in this team.
Yeah.
You don't have to have Julius Randle bring the ball up at all. Remember, if you get a point guard, remember Julius Randle is not a Kevin Durant where he can set up a shot anywhere. Julius Randle has to be in rhythm. If you get a point guard getting him in rhythm, that's where he's going to be effective. Now that year, a couple years back when he got all those points, wow, I don't think he'll ever match that again. I mean,
No.
I could be wrong, but a point guard, I think he'll come close. That season was an amazing season in terms of his 3-point percentage. I mean, I don't think he'll reach those numbers again. I think it was like 42%, almost 42% shooting from the three.
I think his numbers can be better. I think his numbers can be better, Zenray. I think with the NBA is fully aware of what Jalen Brunson can do with the rise of RJ Barrett, with Julius Randle. I think that, and if you spread that offense, that first unit is going to be deadly. And then if you come back with a second unit of, let's be honest, Obi Toppin's contract is not out yet. He's still under a rookie contract. So you don't have to sit there and say the time is now for Obi. We can sit there and say, you know what? Obi did fantastic half a season. Let's see what he can do at next year. And if the guy does great, then we'll cross that bridge again the following season. But with that second unit of Obi Toppin, Derrick Rose, Quickly, Cam Reddish, McBride, and what's his name? Oh my God, your boy! I'm slipping on my tongue right now.
Quentin Grimes. And
Grimes.
Sims.
Grimes. That's what I was talking about. And Sims. Listen, that's a deep team. That's the team that you can sit there and be excited about. And like I said, I just don't know what Knicks management is gonna do with with so many players or so many draft picks coming up. Because I think they got 2 this season, this draft. They got a first round.
Yeah, the first round they only have 1, and they're
And-
looking at the Kentucky product. I had him on the screen before, but his name is Sheldon. He's from Kentucky. He's like 18 years old. He's a shooting guard. Let me see if I have him here in my article here. If I can
See if you can bring him up. I'll put him up on the screen for you.
He is a fantastic possibility at 11, and the Knicks can get them bouncing ball. I think he's rated to lead at 7 and 8 around there. But if there's any way the Knicks can Sheldon Sharp.
Sheldon Sharp.
Hey, he's a 6'6" shooting guard from Kentucky. And you know how the Knicks love
They
those
love their Kentucky.
players. I'm not gonna bring it up, but I just want to tell you that I'm gonna put some mock drafts out in the next couple of days. I did a few of them, not a mock draft, but I did a players review on my channel. There's just so much work to get involved in doing this, but I'm gonna put up a couple of other players who the Knicks are targeting at number 11. But we have to wait until the ping pong balls finish bouncing. I think the Knicks can get as high as 6 where they're at. And if they get up between 6 and 9, they have a shot on getting Sheldon Sharp from Kentucky. He's a sharpshooter. The kid can shoot. He's 6'6". He's only 18 years of age, Juby, and this kid can shoot the lights out. So that's something to look for. I think the more shooting the Knicks can get on this team, that's the kind of player we need. His defense rating, I don't know as of yet. The few games I did watch, he looked good to me. I don't think he's a tip-top defender as of yet, but Thibodeau can do that. And getting back to the defense, considering the Knicks were a top 5 defense last year, I was looking at the numbers, and the Knicks were only 11th in the league. Their problem was losing the leagues, not holding on to the lead at the end, having some issues, giving up the 3-point range shots. That's where it killed them this year. They gave a lot of 3-point shots to the opposition, and the Knicks can get that part of the defensive game controlled next year. Being 11th, considering what we went through, that's not a bad job by Tibbs. As much as we kind of went on Tibbs in terms of how much of a bad job he did, I think it had a lot to do with management as well. I think management and Tibbs, they have to come together and come up with a plan and make sure that each person and Leon Rose and Coach Tibbs are, face to face and knowing what the team needs are and coming together. I think this Cam Reddish pick trade was something that blew the doors off Tibbs. I don't think Tibbs kind of had an idea that Leon Rose was doing this, and it caused kind of a dissension on the team and with management. So hopefully they can come together, and make this team right for next year.
And hopefully they can have some accountability moving forward, which we saw towards the end. And he started playing the young guys. You know, that was yours, mine's, and a lot of Nick fans. I'm pretty sure Nick Nation's issue was with Thibodeau this season. It wasn't anything against him. It was just the fact that he just kept playing so many veterans, kept playing Alex Burke at that point guard position, which we know he loves him, and just wasn't giving the young guys a chance a day. And we knew all along, Zenra, especially you. You knew with Grimes what was there with Grimes. I didn't know too much about Grimes. You've been catering to McBride, and I was always Obi, Obi, Obi. I want a free Obi. And listen, he freed them to an extent. Not everybody, but he freed. Grimes was becoming a favorite until he got hurt. Sims turned out to be right now that I think if Mitchell Robinson gets offered a deal, I think they're gonna let him walk, and they'll be okay with Jericho Sims being in that position. I don't think it's a win or a lose. I think they're like, you know what, we don't want Mitchell Robinson to go. He makes us better, but if we have to lose him to be able to afford Brunson and sign R.J. Barrett, so be it.
I don't think they're gonna want to lose him. I think they're gonna try to kind of flip him and try to go for Miles Turner. If you're gonna do that, you throw a couple other players in a draft pick maybe to get him. I'll get a Miles Turner here, being my starting center. Nolan Noel, we have to get rid of. Burks, we have to get rid of. Obviously, Kemba has to go. And who else? Whatever the deadwood we have in that team, the question is, how are you going to play Obi and Randall together and give the appropriate minutes to Obi? Because as you saw, when you give Obi minutes, that team is so different in terms of going up and down the floor. And with a point guard in Brunson, Obi's numbers will expand.
Well, I got you right. I got you right now. Dallas just won the series against Utah with a 3-guard lineup, correct?
Yep.
And
Yeah,
with two forwards, one was one small forward and a power forward that was a center. So there's your answer right there. Julius Randle at center and power forward Obi Toppin with RJ, Evan Fournier, and Brunson. Or you can switch it up with Grimes because of the defensive issues. But I'm just saying.
I don't listen. Randall is not gonna want being center. He's so comfortable where he's at. I think Obi won't be most susceptible to that. But if you put Obi at the center position, I don't like that. We have to find other ways to do this. I mean, there's no room for Obi. I don't know how you're gonna play these two players together. That's something they have to figure out. I see Obi, if he doesn't get the minutes this year, he will go to his people, and you're not going to see Obi Toppin here the following year. He's not going to sign with the Knicks. He'll take the next best offer that comes to him, because the same thing that we're talking about Jalen Brunson being
Luka
Doncic's team. Obi's saying this is Julius Randle's team, and I think you play Randle this year in the hopes that you get some good value, gets a value back up, and then now you can talk about dealing Randle and deal with the future by keeping Obi here. That's your only hope if the Knicks can extend Randle head correctly, where he's going to play better, he's going to be part of a team, and now you're going to have a point guard that's going to put him in the position to score and to succeed for the team. Then you could take some trade offers, and then that's when you could bring Obi and say, next year you'll be our starting power forward.
See the guy, Nick Management, you listening? Get this man a job. He knows his stuff. He knows what it's about. I've been so happy with the playoffs so far. Brooklyn got swept. I'm so happy we stood away from Ben Simmons, even though I wanted him. Wow, what a story!
Ben Simmons, we stayed away from Durant and Kyrie Irving. I mean, because those guys together play well when they play well. But the ascension of Kyrie Irving wants to play here, doesn't want to play. And then you bring another player like Ben Simmons, who has the same kind of attitude. I play when I play. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, this. I think he does have some issues,
mental health issues,
that has to be resolved in terms of finding the right person who can get this emotional kind of distress that's going within him. Because 1 minute says you're going to play, and then it's, oh, no, my back hurts. I think there's something going on with him. And I think the Nets right now look so promising a couple of years ago. And you said it, Juby, a couple of years back or a year and a half when we first started the show. And Irving and the rants with the team that if they don't win a championship for the next 2 or 3 years, you have to consider what the Nets did in getting these players a bus, because there's no guarantee in NBA and parity in this NBA. So many teams are so good in the NBA. You have to have a little luck. You have to have some good coaching. You have to have good management, obviously, and some good players on the court to win an NBA championship.
Definitely. And if you guys haven't seen, we love this the animated Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. Definitely check out his latest today on Kyrie Irving. Blew my mind, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have that link, and I'm not sponsoring ESPN, but I just want you guys to just go watch that because I sent it to my son, who's a big Kyrie Irving fan, and the stuff that Stephen A. Smith said about Kyrie Irving made me say, thank God the Knicks didn't get this guy. Thank God we stood away from. We didn't even stay away from him. Let me correct myself. He wanted nothing to do with us. Yes. Him and Kevin Durant. And you know what? If I ever see him in the street, I'm going to say thank you. Stay over there in Brooklyn. Stay on that side of the river. We're okay with what we got. Besides that, Philly moves on. Hard series fought.
Milwaukee.
Suns, Milwaukee, Miami, Golden State. I knew Golden State.
Oh, I mean, let me tell you, Jokic on that team, he has to be up there.
I feel bad for him.
With Giannis as the best players in NBA because he put on a show. He scored 30 points every night, try to carry that team, but unfortunately, he can't carry that team at all. And not having Jamal Murray once again hurts them. Look, Golden State's impressive. They're the wild card for me to win it again, but I still like my chances with the Bucks. I still like the Suns as well. Wow, this playoff, like you said, it's very interesting. I'm a basketball fan at this juncture because my Knicks are not in it. This is going to be a fun ride, Juby.
This is what I'm going to say with my final words on who I think. My wild card from the East, and you heard it here, is the Miami Heat. I think Miami can take Milwaukee. I think Philly has so many problems in this past series. I don't think, and then Joel Embiid has problems with his thumb. I don't think they're going to get past next round. And in the West, I see Golden State going back to the finals. I see them definitely getting past Phoenix, even though Chris Paul, 16 for 16. What a point guard, man. But
I agree.
Zenray, I don't know what if you want to say some last stuff, but I'm pretty much done. Lots of stuff to talk about.
Guys, to my viewers who are going to be watching this, I'm going to try to get this on a rewind and put it on my channel. I don't know what I'm doing correctly. I have to get back into the system. It seems like my internet is not connected. They're saying I can't see that being the reason because we're on Juby's Family Above Everything channel. So I will check that out. I'll put this on my YouTube channel. And I just want to say, everybody, look, never give up, knowing that the best is yet to come as long as you have love, peace, and gratitude. Juby, thank you. And,
thank you, my brother.
I'll get
Appreciate
this organized and fixed, and hopefully we'll be on together soon. And if not, we'll do this again. This is kind of fun.
Absolutely. Let me know, my brother. May 17th is the NBA lottery. I'm pretty sure starting next week, things are going to be heating up. So, once we hear anything, me and my partner here will get on this show and bring it to you here the minute we hear anything of it. But thanks for being on the show, Zenray. And salute to you guys at Zenray Sports TV. Nick Nation, check out Zenray's channel. Check out his NBA analysis on this upcoming draft. Lots more content that he's going to put on there. And look out for his Giants. I didn't bring it up this time. The Giants are picking some draft picks. I know he's going to work on that. So let's go, Big Blue. Yankees are in first. The Giants look promising. Knicks look promising. Let's get it, New York. Thanks, Zenray. Appreciate it having you on, my brother. Have a good night. Be safe, all right?
Zenray out. Thank you.
All right, guys. That was Zenray with Zenray Sports TV. Sorry about the technical difficulties this evening, but I wanted to say thank you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for your boy. And be safe out there. And as always, family above everything. Stay safe, guys. Peace.
We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks.